Are you ready to future-proof your career in 2025? With industries evolving faster than ever, knowing which career you want to pick, or if you're picking the right path, is a great optic to have going into this year of 2025. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you 5 roles that are immensely in demand for this year. And if you were to learn them and work in them, you'll make a lot of money in them. You'll have less trouble getting in the job market because it's less competitive. And it could be a great lifelong career for you if it aligns with your passion. Let's get started. First of all, the global job market is expanding, more so shifting from AI advancements to renewable energy. The demand for special skills is growing across various sectors. Not to mention that your resume and degree no longer hold heavy weight because if I'm being honest, those things could be altered a lot. So employers are looking at skill-based, meaning, cool, show me what you're talking about. You might be thinking, well, how are they going to do that? What kind of magic are they doing? No, they're just going to be using a lot more AI recruiting, where you'll be screened like our platform Nexa, where you enter your resume, we'll look at it, and then we'll take you for a 15-minute ride to say, do you really talk the talk or do you also walk the walk? But don't you worry, we'll show you exactly how Nexa's job seeker tools can also help you land your dream desired role or just give you good insight into a career model to go. Coming in at number 1, and this is nothing surprised there, AI and machine learning specialists. AI is revolutioning industries like healthcare, finance, retail, and even entertainment. Companies want people who can design algorithms, train models, turn data into large language model and human output, right? And solve real-world problems with this advanced generative AI. Global AI adoption is expected to grow at 35% yearly. This means any company, startups to Fortune 500, will need experts who can understand AI and create models and data training around this. So you're obviously wondering about the salary. Let's break into the more exciting part. In North America, entry-level roles will pay around $95,000 to about $130,000, with mid-level roles reaching about $150,000. Senior professional researchers can earn around $200,000 to $300,000, and honestly, large companies like OpenAI or Silicon Valley can pay upwards to $500,000 to $800,000. This is readily available on the internet. Feel free to ask. Countries around Europe and India are also going to be in a similar range, with USA being just slightly above 15% higher. Some top locations, or the most demand locations you can say for having this type of AI specialist. Most common, you guys know this, San Francisco, the Bay Area. It's going to be leading for AI startups and obviously tech companies, and they're looking for a big portion of the talent. Coming in at number 2, Toronto, Canada. It's also known as the AI hub of North America, with heavy government and industry investments, and they're looking for AI workers as well. Following along is Berlin, Germany. It's becoming a growing tech ecosystem, and they're also looking for AI and machine learning engineers. To follow up lastly, but still very high in demand, is Bangalore in India. They're literally the Indian version of Silicon Valley over there. Here are some skills in demand that you can focus on for this sector so you guys can get the best out of it. For programming languages, yes, you gotta learn how to code to an extent to be here. Think of Python, R, and Java. When it comes to libraries and frameworks around that, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Skitlearn. Of course, data visualization is also very important. Tableau, Power BI, and custom Python dashboards really help with this. Understanding AI and cloud platforms like AWS SageMaker or Azure ML is also really helpful. Remember, AI isn't just for tech companies. Finance, manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, they're all hiring for roles in this space because they're going to innovate on this piece of technology. If you're wondering yourself, once I get to this level, well, how do I present myself? That's where Nexa can really help you. From coding challenges to interview simulations, behavioral interviews, resume building, and most importantly, Nexa can get you in front of employers for free using the skill print, where we allow you to create your profile, enter your skills, your information, your resume, and that will be seen by our employer database because we have a recruiting platform as well. Full circle moment, guys. Our second most demand career for 2025 will be cybersecurity analysts. You guys know this. If you never heard of them before, cybersecurity is the practice of securing the digital world, right? Glorified Excel users. They need to learn information that can then have them secure threats from a company happen. That means digital threats, potentially physical threats. But whenever a company gets big enough, people want to infiltrate data. All cybersecurity professionals do is they use tools and systems to make sure company data is protected and privacy is maintained, but that can be tampered with, and their job is to make sure that that does not happen. When it comes to salary, they're also paid pretty well for this, guys. Like, bro, entry-level roles in the United States are hitting around $80,000. That's amazing. And rising up to $130,000 for experienced professionals. You gotta love that. Side note, guys, before I started Nexa and before we started entrepreneurship, I worked in cybersecurity for 8 years. This is a really fun field. I loved it a lot. Specialized roles like pen testers or SOC engineers also can vary and be heavily in demand at this time. Canada, Europe, and India are also following countries where we see a lot of demand, and their salaries are very in a similar range, maybe 5 or 10% off, I would say, from the United States. But USA is a benchmark, and it's leading the salary. Here are some top locations hiring cybersecurity talent. So in the States, we have obviously San Francisco in the Bay Area, but we also have Washington, D.C. When it comes to Canada, we got Toronto, BC, as well as Ottawa in Canada as well. A few other ones that you may not know of for all my global watchers is Singapore and Tel Aviv in Israel are also heavily investing into incorporating cybersecurity. A good honorable mention is the Emirates, where places like Qatar and Dubai are also looking for great cybersecurity talent from one of you guys. Here are some skills it would make a lot of sense to learn if you want to get into this field. We're not here to teach you the course, but I can tell you some heavy skills in demand. So employers are looking for things like understanding SOC tools. So if you can use tools like Splunk, Nessus, Kali Linux, these are all tools. It might sound like jargon, but if you look it up, it'll make a lot of sense. You want to understand zero trust architecture, endpoint security. You want to understand experience with or having decent experience with incident response and vulnerability assessments. A cool thing about a field in cybersecurity, once again, side note, because I worked in the field, is you don't need a full degree to get a job in this industry. Actually, all you got to do is do certification. So things like the CompTIA Cybersecurity Plus, the CYSA Plus, or some Splunk certifications. We call them tool certifications. You blend them together and they're pretty good. Now, if you're not sure and you want to learn cybersecurity, where do you start? Because I worked there, I can recommend one really good, you could say, institutional boot camp that I went to, and that's Mariana Tech Academy, and they're amazing. And if you don't remember, just let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to send you them along the way. Cybersecurity doesn't mean you have to be an expert coder. It means staying ahead of threats, understanding how to use tools, and being proactive and organized. Once again, if you ever want to simulate these things, perfect them, practice them, Nexa can help you build the perfect career readiness profile so you're ready to show employers that you're ready. All right, coming in at number 3, renewable energy engineers. Green energy is the future, and renewable engineers are leading that charge, right? When government incentives come, when they want to force more of a green policy that requires more research money being spent into green energy, that means we're going to be hiring for these sectors, right? Petroleum engineers, green energy researchers, better ways we can understand how we're currently extracting non-renewable energy in a better way, as well as figuring out new ways we can create energy in a renewable way. And that's actually a really helpful thing to do for the planet. You're going to see a big push for this starting now all the way up until 2050, because it's heavily important that we don't just rely on our current fossil fuels, even though they'll last us a long time. As far as salaries goes, in the United States, entry level can start from $85,000 for these type of engineers, climbing up to $130,000. Pretty dope, can take care of your life pretty well. Europe, India, other places in Germany also fall just a little under about 9% less. So when it comes to locations, hiring renewable engineers, where do you want to be? Some are obviously on site, some are remote. Well, the biggest one is going to be California. A lot of solar, wind energy type of projects. You're going to be a great fit there. Copenhagen, Denmark is also another place showing up that seems to be very interested in this, and it's hiring a lot of people coming in this year. Honorable mentions are also New Delhi, India, Brisbane in Australia, as well as a few sectors in Canada. A few tools to keep an eye out if this is the kind of career you want to do. You want to have proficiency in CAD tools like AutoCAD or SolidWorks, knowledge of energy modeling tools like Homer or PBST, understand grid optimization, and energy storage systems. Once again, if you want to be perfect, you want to test out how it feels like to be interviewed for this role, well, check it out on Nexa. You're happy to try it. Coming in at number 4, and once again, you probably heard this one, data science or data analytics. These guys are kind of like number 1 when it comes to machine learning and AI, except they're the base of generating that data to potentially train these amazing models on, which is hyper important for any sector. The salaries here also display that, right? Entry level starting easily at 6 figures, and meet leaves you going to 150,000, and senior 200,000-300,000, even more. And as I said, if you work at very, very important tech companies, you can even get $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 per year. And no, I'm not joking about this. On RepView, if we look at OpenAI data science engineers, they're earning about $850,000 in a year. That's like running a really successful business and not having no stress and going home. Like, it's amazing. When it comes to hiring data science, you're going to see it's kind of spread out. So like I can say, instead of just USA, there's a few sectors, right? Washington, San Fran, New York is really good. Boulder, Colorado is really good for roles like this. Pretty much any state will have roles for this data analytics. It's so popular. Same with Canada. Major cities like Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, BC are all looking for these type of roles. When it comes to what skills you want to know about or focus in, well, it's similar to AI and data science, right? So Python, BR, have some TensorFlow, PyTorch, understand data modelings more. So tools like Tableau, Power BI, D3JS, and statistical model and machine learning. Things like Panda, Skimpy, NumPy, and you want to know your cloud platforms really well as well. Things like Google BigQuery, AWS Redshift. If you're ever curious what it's like to be a data analytics or data science, or prepare yourself for an interview, or get ready to build a resume, or get in front of employers who are looking for that. Once again, Nexa is happy to help you with that, and you can check it out, enjoy it, and use it for yourself. All right, our final one, which you're probably wondering, well, what could this be? That's going to be healthcare professionals. The need for healthcare professionals out of this whole list is actually at an all-time high. And funny enough, it's not something that AI is replacing right off the bat. One of the key reasons is growing demand for obviously an aging population, and that's causing, we need more nurses, we need more support workers, and also we need people in IT healthcare as telemedicine, meaning incorporating technology, becomes more rapid in this health industry. And if that's something you like, you don't always have to jump to FANG right away. You can literally look at healthcare. There'll be a lot of plenty IT jobs for you to work in. The little state and province of Ontario sector alone is projected to have 34,000 healthcare jobs. There'll be a lot more in the States as well. USA nurses are taking a higher salary range, anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000, which is pretty good. And Canada's falling like just 10% under, maxing around $90K. But once again, it also varies from experience. But this is good for entry level because it's pretty awesome that you get to start off from schooling and you can support yourself pretty well. Some average top locations around the world would be Canada's really well in hiring healthcare. Once again, Toronto, Ontario, BC, as well as places like Houston, Texas, California, as well as New York are looking for type of healthcare professionals as well. Obviously, you got to know your healthcare stuff, right? That means understanding what it means to be a good nurse, a few things like that, understanding electronic records, good soft skills, communication, empathy. These are things you want to focus on being a good nurse to get yourself in the field after your schooling. ACLS, BLS, these are great certifications to have as well as we're heading into that nursing system. And if you ever want to practice this, Nexa will help you do it for free from any type of interview, resume, and once again, getting in front of the right employers, guys. And there you have it. These are the top 5 most in-demand careers for 2025. Each of these roles offers incredible growth potential, but getting there requires preparation, the right tools, and a commitment to decent amount of time learning these things. If you're ready to test them out, you're always welcome to check out Nexa to enjoy a free demo or use it for free until you like it. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, please like, comment, subscribe. We'll be happy to help you. I will see you on the next one.